what's going on? You're tuned into the On The Beat podcast. Make sure you follow us on IG at onthebeat.podcast. This is your boy Supa Mario, and you're tuned in to the On The Beat podcast. Let's go. Yeah, you on the beat, talking on the beat, learning on the beat, watching on the beat. Get your skills up, won't you listen up? Yeah, you tuned in live, yeah, you on the beat. The Beat podcast. On the Beat podcast. On the Beat podcast. On the Beat podcast.
Yo, what's going on, man? This is your boy Supa Mario. I have a very special guest with me tonight. I have Mr. Langston Faulk. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing well, man. Can't complain.
Cool deal, man. Mr. Langston Faulk, man, that's some people from, not too far way back, but, definitely a person that, inspired me on a lot of different levels. And once upon a time, he was also a client. He's also a hip-hop artist as well. Still is, to be exact. He still is the hip-hop artist, but we're going to talk about something else with Mr. Langston Faulk. We're going to talk about his brand, Eyeconik brand. And as you see, I'm in a white hoodie, and it says unapologetically dope, man. And I like it, and it has so much substance behind this quote on this hoodie. And Mr. Langston Faulk, aka Eyeconik brand, they are responsible for this look right here, man. So we're gonna talk all about this hoodie, the clothing, the brand, and everything like that. But first, I'm gonna let Mr. Langston Faulk introduce himself. So, Mr. Langston, man, how you doing?
I am doing well, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. So tell us a little bit about yourself, personally, first off, man. Let the folks know who Mr. Langston Faulk is.
Oh, man, Langston Faulk, a creator, a dreamer, a risk taker, just a young man from Lafayette, Louisiana, who really has a dream to go out there and impact the world, inspire the world, motivate the world. And I know it sounds cliche and everything, but just kind of being the person that I needed when I was younger. So whether it's on a big scale or a small scale, I still feel like it's my purpose and my responsibility to go out there and impact the world, no matter if you're 5 years old, 20 years old, or 50 years old. I think that we can all learn, no matter what age we are. So Langston Faulk is just a person who's open to trying new things, and who's just trying to make his mark in the world, man.
That's what's up, man. And, it's funny that you say that, man, because everything that you said, is true, you know what I'm saying? And I like what you got going on. It's very empowerment. If there's one word I can sum up, it's empowerment and stuff like that. And I was going through, you sent me a bio and everything, and I noticed something that kind of stood out on the bio. It was it was family broken down. You know what I'm saying? Each letter represented something. Kind of like give us a take on what family F.A.M.I.L.Y means.
So Eyeconik brand itself, man, it's all about family. And what family represents, F is for fashion. As you see, with Mr. Supa Mario here, it started out with the fashion. So fashion is the first thing that we started out with. A is academics. We are very, very much so involved and have a great appreciation for education. So whatever we could do in the educational realm, we would do that because academics is important. I'm not saying that you have to go to college and get a 4-year degree or anything like that. I'm just saying that continue to educate yourself. M, mentorship. We are very big on being mentors. We know that regardless if you have a parent at home or you don't have a parent at home, we know that mentorship is important, that just be with somebody that maybe has been through some things that you want to go through or that you're going to go through or where you want to go in life. So mentorship. Right. Inspiration. As you know, you talked about inspiration is huge. We love to inspire people. We love to get people motivated and encourage them to kind of step out of their comfort zone. L is leadership. One of the things that we want to encourage people to do is be leaders. When it comes down to not just in your professional life, but in your personal life, be able to stand up and say, you know what, I can take charge and I can lead a group of people. And then why? It's all about you. It's literally all about you. You have to be crazy enough is you have to be unapologetically you at all times, because sometimes you get caught up in trying to be like other people, and you weren't made to be like other people. You were uniquely made with your own DNA. So you have to be you. So that's the acronym for FAMILY, is fashion, academics, mentorship, inspiration, leadership, and you.
Cool. I like that, man. I like that a lot, man. So my question, man, what made you want to start, this particular brand, Eyeconik? So kind of give us like a little background on, what Eyeconik means to the brand overall, and then what made you really kind of like, I'm gonna go forward with this fashion statement, with this brand and everything else that stems off of it.
So my name is Langston, right? So my mom named me Langston after Langston Hughes. So I was into poetry, and I've always been into writing and things of that nature. And so I forgot what year birthday it was, but my grandfather who is a real life mentor and role model. That's who I try to model my life as. I wrote him a poem called "The Man, the Myth, the Legend." And so, at a young age, everybody, this is a nice poem, and everything else. But he kept the poem and he kept it by his bed, and because he really liked it, So I printed it out, he put it in a frame, and it was by his bed. So it was called "The Man, the Myth, the Legend." So for years and years, he kept talking about it. He's like, "Man, this is a nice poem." And then when he died, my mom took the poem, and I always told myself that when my grandfather died, people kept coming and saying like, "Man, your grandfather was just such a good man," and all this and that. And I was like, you know what? If I had to have one goal in life, my one goal was to be to have a street named after me. I want to do something so big, and this is real talk right here. I was having a conversation with myself. I said, I want to do something so big, so legendary, so iconic that like people remember me when I'm gone. Like, so my kids can have something. And I don't have kids right now, but my family, my kids, they can have something they can call their own. And so I started thinking about names, and Eyeconik came up, and then I'm different, I'm weird in some ways. So I didn't want to just spell it I-C-O. I didn't want to do that. So I thought about it and I said Eyeconik, and the I kept standing out. So I said E-Y-E. And I said, you know what? In order to do what I want to do, which is have a street named after, to do something so big, I have to be able to see my vision. So that's where the I comes into play. And that's why I spelled it Eyeconik that way, because in order to get to where you want to go, you have to have bold vision, relentless effort, and once again, be unapologetically you. So what happened was, man, this was back in probably 2016.
Okay.
I really just didn't know what to do with it. I just had the name Eyeconik. I just had it. And then probably December 2017, a whole year later. So I thought about it in probably the end of 2016, 2017, a year later. I said, you know what, let me hit up one of these graphic designers. I hit up a graphic designer. He came up with the design, and it made so much sense because in one of the designs, he had an eye, like a pupil in it. And it made so much sense. I said, you know what, some way, somehow, I'm going to make this happen. So I ended up moving back to Louisiana because I was in Georgia at the time. And I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make that happen. And so I started off with one design with one shirt, just a box that said Eyeconik. And from there, that was in 2018, I got a design done, got some shirts printed out. And then when I started posting it, I was like, people started hitting me up like, nah, man, I like this. This is dope. And original designs, to be honest with you, was just a box, but they had quotes in the back. So I found some of my favorite quotes and I put it in the back of the shirt. And I think at that moment, that's when I knew I had something, because people were like, man, I don't think you understand. People started stopping them and asking them, man, where can I get one of those shirts? Or somebody that was having a bad day would read the quote in the back of the shirt and be like, man, I need to hear that. And it happened to me at Walmart. And so at that moment, I just knew, you know what, I have something. And I didn't have the whole family acronym at that time. But over that next year, I realized that, you know what, I'm sorry to talk about some people, but I don't want to just be that next dude on the street that just have a clothing line and then go away. I wanted to make it bigger than what I could ever imagine. Because once again, this is something about legacy. This is being iconic. It's about tradition. And so for me, I thought about what else outside of clothing can I do? And I just literally went through a list of things, and I realized that academics was important because I work in higher education. Mentorship. I have a mentor. I mentor others. Inspiration. I'm constantly putting motivational quotes out there. Leadership. Not to mention my master's degrees in management and leadership, but a lot of things that I do outside of my current job is leadership wise. I coach basketball on the side as well, so it's all about leadership. And then finding myself. That's what the U is about. It's about finding myself. So that's where it all started. It started out with my grandfather, of him being this role model in my life, and him just like literally taking a 2-bedroom house and making it a 4-bedroom house, and just doing all these things I felt it wasn't done on a national scale, but when you're a real man, you do iconic stuff within the family and you keep it there. And so it doesn't matter if the world sees it, it's the ones that's most important see it. And I saw it as his grandchild. And so now I want to take my brand and branch it out into the world. And hopefully, if I have kids, or if my nieces or nephew, or my sisters, my brother-in-law, if they want to take it over, if I pass away before them, they can always take it to a new level, but they'll always know that it always starts off and ends off with family.
Yeah, Black ownership, man. Black ownership. And also, you starting that and having that vision in 2016 through the process at 2018 and continuing on to now, 4 years of, patience and trusting the process, What we're going to do, Langston, I'm going to go ahead and you sent me a YouTube video. I thought it was inspiring. We're going to go ahead and we're going to play that clip right quick, and we'll be right back.
The idea is not to live forever, but to create something that will. I never cared about being in the spotlight. I never cared about being known. I never really cared about being number one, just as long as I wasn't last. I didn't care about those things because I always knew that I was running a one-man race. I was my only competition. I was the only one that could stop me. Tupac Shakur once said, "I'm not saying I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will." My grandfather, even St. Julian, was my spark. It was his character, his toughness, his selflessness, his focus, his creativity, and most importantly, his love that inspired me to create Eyeconik brand. While he is no longer here, his work as a man still lives through me. As long as you're breathing, your story is still being written. There will be trials and tribulations, plenty of highs and plenty of lows. The individual may die, but the dream can last forever. Because he is iconic. She is iconic. We are iconic. My name is Langston Faulk, and I am iconic.
So, folks, that was a clip right there. Langston, it's kind of like a promotional video, right? Commercial showing you guys, giving you a little bit background on what the Eyeconik brand means and stuff like that. Very, very good video. I like how you put that together, man. For real, for real. That's awesome. I want to talk about something, Langston, and this is how I found out about Eyeconik brand. I think I was on either Instagram, if not Facebook. It was one of the two, but I saw you handing out scholarships to high school students, and I thought that was like different, not different in a way of he's trying to do something that nobody else is doing, but different for as a young brother like yourself doing empowerment things for other younger, brothers, especially in the, that high school age where your course of path in life can be altered with any little bit of negative influence, so to speak, man. And I like what you was doing. My question is, do you guys have a target demographic or whatnot? What's your demographic for the brand?
So when it comes down to Eyeconik brand, are you speaking more about the scholarship or just in general overall?
Just in general overall. I'm sorry. I think I bled into my third question or whatnot, but
and that's cool. I answer that too.
Okay, cool.
When it comes down to the brand and the target demographics, honestly, I hate limiting myself, and I know marketing will tell you, have a target market of 18 to whatever, or 35. I don't see that because I think that everybody has a little bit of iconicness in them. And I know iconicness is not a word, but I'm making the word up. But we all have some form of iconic in us, man. It's just we have to find it and tap into us. So for me, I don't necessarily have a target audience. What I do have is a target message. And different messages may relate to different people. So I know that if I put something more current, if I put a Jay-Z quote, I know our age range may catch it or something like that. Or if I put something from Lil Uzi or somebody like, I know that target demographics may know what it is. Like I did a shirt recently, and on the back it has "Can I Be Your Legacy?" And if you don't know, if you've seen the movie, you know that comes from Queen and Slim. You know what I'm saying? Which is a movie that came out about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I think. But I know that generation, our generation, but also the younger generation, they probably seen the movie. So I necessarily don't have a target audience. What I do is each shirt may be geared towards a certain group, but not necessarily just that audience. Because once again, we all have some form of iconicness in us, man. When it comes out to the scholarships, man. I wasn't a traditional college student, meaning I didn't go to college right out of high school. I was a non-traditional student, and I knew the expenses. When you keep us some transparency right now, when I look at them student loans, I realized that, man.
I know what you're talking about.
it gets rough out there, man.
Yeah,
so
brother.
Any little thing that I can do to help and give back, man, I am very big on giving back. And so being able to provide the Iconic Brand Scholarship to students is important to me because I remember going back to my grandfather, he always had me doing small things, but no matter how small it was, he always paid me higher than what it was worth. You know what I'm saying? And so he was like, don't ever feel like you're not worth anything or your work is not worth anything. So I told myself when I get to a certain position, I want to be able to give back. I want to be able to take some of those same principles. So we're starting small. We have like a $500 scholarship every semester.
Awesome.
We're trying to increase that, man. A portion of every sale actually goes towards Iconic Brand Scholarships. Eventually, hopefully next year, I'll be able to get some sponsorships and donations to increase that, because my goal would be to provide a full paid scholarship for at least 1 year for a college student or a high school senior after they graduate, man. Because, I mean, colleges aren't going anywhere. High schools aren't going anywhere. So why not inspire and motivate the next generation?
Right.
So it's just to continue to, once again, be that person that I needed when I was younger, man.
Yeah, man. And I can't express enough, you know what I'm saying, scholarships are like wonderful. No matter what amount it is, you know what I'm saying, it can always go towards something for a college student or whatnot. And that, you know what I'm saying, you starting out at $500, man, that's like a whole semester of books. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. So, you know, I appreciate you and I applaud that, you know what I'm saying, Langston. That's just awesome right there, man. What we're going to do, man, we're going to segue and we're going to talk about the clothing, man, for your brand. How would you describe your brand's style of clothing? I'm sporting a hoodie. You got the hoodie on too and everything like that. Yeah. You have other merchandise on your website as well. So if for our people that's actually listening back on audio, how would you describe your brand's style of clothing?
You know, it's funny. I've actually never answered that question for myself. I never asked myself that question. I never answered it.
I'm sorry about that.
What I would say, man, is that I would probably describe it. I wouldn't describe it as urban. Okay. I would describe it as anything that's what we would call preppy. What I would call it, honestly, is just sleek. And to be honest with you, when it comes down to marketing, one of the greatest marketers of all time, in my opinion, is Apple. Apple doesn't give you too much. Literally, Apple is black and white. It's just sleek. And it's literally, you have to focus on what they want you to focus on. So if you notice, this hoodie just has a box, but I want you to focus on the iconic, right? And so that's what I honestly did with a lot of designs. I try to keep it very sleek and simple. because one of my favorite marketers is Apple, and that's how they've been successful, by just keeping it very simple, not overdoing it, because you don't want people to think too much. I think you and I were just talking about people attention span.
Yeah.
I honestly would just, I guess, say the style is very sleek, very very modern. I want people to be able to at least be able to read it, make sure that it's legible and comfortable. No disrespect to anybody out there, you know what I'm saying? But I handpick every, material, man. I want people to be able to be comfortable with the product. I don't want, like I said, I just don't want people to think that this is just a phase and then next year Iconic brand is going to be gone. No, each year I want to get better. So the brand is going to get better. And I think for me, it's going to take some creativity, man. And I know I do a lot of things myself. I come up with the designs myself. And just some breaking news, that same hoodie you got on, Unapologetically Dope, I'm going to expand that and make it kind of like his and hers. So it may say Unapologetically Taken. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
That type of stuff, So that's something that I just want people to do. It's something for everybody, man. I want people to really just, it's not merchandise that you're going to wear to the club. Well, some people may. It's not merchandise that you're going to wear out to a fancy dinner, but then some people may, because you can take a t-shirt and put a blazer over it. The goal is all about branding for me. And so I want you to put the shirt on, the hoodie on, the sweater on, just when you're going to Walmart, when you're going to the grocery store, when you just go and walk in the mall on Saturday, because I know that when you're wearing it, you don't go out every day. You don't go to these nice events every single day, but you may go to Walmart, the grocery store on a daily basis. So I want you to wear those things on a daily basis, the shirt on a daily basis, so people can see the brand, and people can get the message, man. So once again, I would describe it as very sleek, comfortable, and something that you can wear on a daily basis.
Gotcha, man. That makes perfect sense. And I love the detail that you went into it and everything like that. And people, the hoodie that I have on, the style that I have on, it also has right there, if you was to, lift up the hood, right underneath the hood, he has the Eyeconik, basically kind of like how it is on his sweatshirt. He has that style right underneath the hood. Very good detail. So when you're got the hood up or whatnot, you're gonna see it from the back too. Again, detail, man. And hey,
you want to know a true story about having the Eyeconik in the back?
What's that?
So real talk. Shout out to Houston, man. This is the honest truth. We all know there's a great rapper from the city of Houston called Mike Jones.
Okay.
Jones on every record would say his name about 40 times, to where even to this day he may not have not one song out, but everybody knows who Mike Jones is. He always used to say his phone number and all these type of things. That was marketing, that was branding. Every single piece of material, like product or merchandise that I put out, will have Eyeconik on some way, form, or fashion. It may not even have the word Eyeconik, but now you may see the symbol, because I'm introducing the symbol with the eye, like with the eye. You're gonna see something. It's like Nike. You know what that check means.
Oh yeah.
It don't matter what else is on that shirt or that hoodie. You know what that check means. So shout out to Mike Jones for actually inspiring me to just constantly, no matter what I put out, some way, somehow, it's going to have either the word Eyeconik or the symbol Eyeconik on there.
Cool. Shout out to Mike Jones, who, man, it was funny, bro. I worked, side note, man, I worked the wedding over the weekend, and the bride's father name was Mike Jones. And so when they announced his name during the reception, they said, Mr. Mike Jones, and everybody said who and stuff like that. So again, you know what I'm saying? Like, different facades of marketing or whatnot can be so crucial or whatnot, just to have random people at a wedding venue just know what Mike Jones is. And we were talking about like folks that really wasn't hip hop literate, so to speak, but they know that Mike Jones who or whatnot. That definitely makes sense, man. Oh, bruh. But now let's talk about this year, man. And you talked about marketing and everything like that. We know this year was COVID. I'm gonna say just you know what I'm saying, or whatnot, and it kind of hurt everything for as marketing and how you would do that, different moves that you would have to do with marketing. How have you been able to adjust with marketing this year for the brand?
Man, to be honest with you, the pandemic really kind of helped me a lot. As I said, or if I didn't say, I honestly didn't start selling shirts until like last May, so May of 2019.
Okay.
A website, I didn't have anything. I posted on my IG page, my personal IG page, and just was selling. And then I told myself, I was like, you know what, take a break. So I did it for like 6 months, and then really just kind of slowly started building it up. And I had to say, you know what, I want to take this more serious. And so, boom, here comes, I was planning like all last fall, and then started January, February, then boom, pandemic hit. And I'm like, okay, started working from home. I got not saying I have more time because I work from home, but you get the point.
Oh yeah.
It forced me, in a sense, to look at myself and say, you know what, this brand is bigger than what I thought it was going to be. And so I started working on like a professional website. I didn't want no just hit up the Google Forms page or all that type of stuff. So I sat down during the summertime, man. I created a website, continued to work my IG page. And honestly, once I got that website going, that opened up so much more, because now many people that's at home, but they're on their phone, they're on the internet. And I didn't necessarily have to go out and try to sell. I had the website up and I put it out there and people just started buying. And it started going, it was consistent. And that's what it is right now, man. Like I tell everybody this, and I don't care who knows or don't know, I don't do Eyeconik brand for the money at all.
Do it for the message.
The money. I do it because I want to make that impact, like I always say. As long as I'm not losing money, then I'm good. If I'm breaking even, I'm perfectly fine. If I make $10 more, I'm perfectly fine. I make every shirt, hoodie made to order. I don't keep a stock of stuff. So literally every shirt and hoodie and everything else is made with love. I try to take my time with it. And so it has proven to me that the website has helped me out a lot. So when it came down to marketing, most people don't have a website, or if they have a website, it's not updated. And my website, as you notice, doesn't just have the merchandise. No, I have I have a section on there called Creators Corner, where I shout out did like Q&As with other creators, and not just fashion designers. I'm talking about photographers, painters, just giving people the opportunity. And then I have some other stuff coming up down the pipeline. So the website, it wasn't just to be for you to shop on. It was for you to go be inspired, get motivated, and just really get to know me as a person, but get to know some other people as well who's doing some really dope stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'm looking at the website right now, and the Creative Corner is definitely I like that, man. I'm quite sure you're gonna be coming up with a podcast. You're gonna be coming up with
Creators Corner.
Oh yeah, I know you're gonna be coming up with a podcast for this pretty soon, right? I know you're working on it. Right?
Yeah, I am. I'm 2021. You want to get into it right now?
Yeah, go ahead, man. You got something. You got something coming. Eyeconik Brand TV. Talk to us about that.
So Eyeconik Brand TV, man. Number one, you always know it's about marketing with me. No, I'm not having my own TV station, but Eyeconik Brand TV is like having your own YouTube station. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I do have a YouTube page already, but what I want to do and what I'm going to do is have a show called Unapologetic, right? And so Unapologetic is going to be a show very, very similar to what we're doing right now. But I want to have guests, just really not have necessarily a podcast. I don't know what you call when you record yourself and just have straight conversation. So it's just going to be me, a guest, just talking about whatever's going on, life, love, relationships, finances. We know as men, we struggle sometimes in certain areas. So nothing long, just something that I just want to be able to have conversation with some other people about real life situations. So I called it Unapologetic because, as you can see, the you, and I talked about it with you, is unapologetically you. The hoodie you got on being unapologetic. That's a strong word, because you shouldn't have to apologize for being who you are. You really shouldn't have to apologize for being who you are, because, not to go spiritual, God made you that way for a reason.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, be you. Like, nobody else is perfect out there besides God. So nobody can talk about why you do certain things and everything else. So Unapologetic is going to be just a show for conversation, and that conversation is all about reaching one, teach one, reach one, teach one. It's just all about creating a platform to give others some quick motivation, some quick tips on how to maneuver throughout this day, and just maybe giving somebody a space to vent. So that's what's coming up in spring 21, man.
Cool deal, man. Well, definitely, man. Hey, look, I love everything what you got going on, all of that good stuff, man. And when I saw it and I started, seeing what was going on, I was like, man, this is, I don't know. It's just something that drew me to it. I was like, man, I like this. Because I had hit you up in the DM and I was like, hey, man, because I've been watching, and really what kind of got me was like the quotes that your words, when you do your quotes on your social media, it was like, the days I need to hear something like that is the days I read it. And so that day when I hit you up, that was the day I needed to read something like that. It was very empowering, and I just appreciate everything you're doing, man. We're going to go ahead and segue out of here, man. I appreciate you coming on to the podcast and chopping it up with me, man. Hey, man, look, let the people know where they can find your merchandise, and if they want to purchase something like this, where they can go and get the shirts. And this is and I'm asking this question for the people that's listening on the podcast, so kind of guide them where they can get the merchandise and check it out.
Cool. So you can hit us up on our website. It's eyeconikbrand.com. That's EYECONIKBRAND.com. You can also go to our social media page, our Instagram page, which is Eyeconik Brand. Once again, our website is where you're going to actually go to purchase the merchandise, which is eyeconikbrand.com, and that's EYECONIK brand.com.
All right, cool deal. Y'all got it right there, people. I'll make sure I'll put that website in the description. That way you guys can go ahead and navigate over there. His checkout process is real easy. It literally took me like 3 minutes to go through the whole process, pick out what you want, sizes, and also I like what you did with the whole process of checking out. You check out, you get an email. It's nothing where it's going to be a DM and I'm gonna PayPal you, or we're gonna do the Cash App thing or whatnot. My bad. But you can pay with PayPal or whatnot. But he emails you kind of like an invoice or a copy of receipt, lets you know what's going on and stuff like that. Super easy, man. And I got my stuff just in time because we got a little cold front down here in Houston, man. So yeah I'm sitting nice right now. For sure, man. Also too, Langston, so if someone's out there and they're listening to what you got going on or whatnot, do you have any way of people reaching out to you directly if they want to help out on donations, sponsorship, networking, or just want to get to know you on the business side of things or whatnot? How can they reach you?
Yeah, well, honestly, you can go on our Instagram page, like I said, the Eyeconik Brand. Just send me a DM. One of the things that I do, I have it hidden right now on the website because I have some things I need to tweak. But there will be a donations tab on the website where you can donate money to go towards the Eyeconik Brand Scholarship. And I'm just breaking news tonight, man. Another thing that we do coming up is an Eyeconik Brand internship.
Okay.
I personally didn't know what I was doing when it came down to starting a business, running a business. I still don't know to a certain extent. However, there's some nuggets and some things that I feel like I could teach somebody. So we're going to do an Eyeconik Brand internship coming up in the springtime as well. Just a 4-week internship just to teach the individual about marketing, branding, professionalism, because professionalism is key. Like you said, you don't want to go to somebody's website, order something, then you got to tell them, or they go send you a DM, hey man, here's my Cash App. And you don't really want to do that. You want to make it as professional as possible because you want people to take you serious. So yeah, I definitely, you can definitely go on the website. Like I said, probably in the next 2-3 weeks, I'll have that donations tab up there where you can go ahead if you want to donate to the Eyeconik Brand Scholarship and learn more about it. And some of our past recipients, you can definitely go there as well.
All right, cool deal, man. You guys got that right there. Hey, man, shout out to you, man. You know what I'm saying? You got the his and hers coming on this particular style hoodie real soon. You got the Eyeconik Brand TV coming here pretty soon. And also you got the internship, man. Big salute to you, man. I know next year is going to be real big for you as well. I could not close out this show without asking a music-related question. I know you're a hip-hop artist and everything like that. Are you working on any new music right now?
It is funny you say that. Today I'm finalizing my track list.
Okay.
And it's gonna be my first time in a long time. I've put out a few singles in the past year or two, but I haven't put out like a full-fledged album. I put like a mixtape out back in 2014, 2015. So I haven't really put anything out after that. But my goal is to try to get it out by the holidays. By Christmas or the first of the year. It's going to be like a 10-song album called Puzzle Pieces. The reason it's called Puzzle Pieces is because I feel like everything that I go through and everything that I went through in life is a piece of my puzzle of life. And so it's just going to create this one big puzzle piece. And then there was going to be certain puzzle pieces that didn't fit into. So each song is going to be a puzzle piece in a sense, man. So I'm excited about it because I think my style has definitely changed a little bit. I think my wording has changed a little bit. So concepts, I'm excited about it. And like I said, I don't do nothing for the money, man. I do it because it's the impact. So regardless if it's just 5 people that listen to the album, cool. If I make an impact, that's what I did my job. But I definitely appreciate, man, you taking the time out and inviting me to come on the podcast, man, because it's individuals like you that give other people like myself the opportunity to have this platform. And the video that you said that you played earlier, if you listen to the background, that's actually one of my songs in the background.
I was curious about that. I heard that, and I heard you rapping in the background. I was like, I wonder if he got some new material come out.
That's it, man. So, double working right there.
Yes, it is, man. Hey, Langston Faulk, man, I appreciate you coming on to the On The Beat podcast. It was a pleasure for you to come on and promote your brand, Eyeconik brand. You guys can definitely follow him on Instagram at Eyeconik brand, EYECONIK brand, all one word. Follow him on Instagram, and also make sure you go on the website and check out the website. There's a contact form, the shop there, and also you can read up on some good reads on the Creators Corner tab as well. The website is Eyeconik brand, just like I read it to you for the Instagram handle, eyeconicbrand.com. Langston Faulk, it's been a pleasure, man. Appreciate you coming to the On The Beat podcast. And guys, we'll check you later. Make sure you go follow this young gentleman right here. Got things going on, and it's for the movement, us black folks and stuff like that. But this has been the On The Beat podcast. Langston, chunk up the deuces, man. We out of here. Peace.